And we are live. Welcome to the Shotclock. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat. I am so excited. This is a new strictly digital show that we are streaming. Okay, it's going to be happening every Monday at 12 o'clock. So the whole point is we're on a shot clock. So literally, I'm starting the shot clock now. We have 20 minutes to talk about all the top sports stories and lifestyle stories out there, okay? Now, my brother is joining me today. His name is Sean Bell. If you're in the Philly area, he's on Fox 29, also the Zero F's Given podcast. Truly, my brother. We've been working together for like 3 years now. Welcome to the show, Sean.
What up? What up? I'm happy to be here for your opening for the new show, first show. I love it.
Yes. So we're streaming on Facebook right now. Moving forward, we're going to end up streaming on Twitter. We're going to do YouTube and eventually Twitch. And then we will be posting it afterwards on Instagram. So we got a lot to talk about.
Everywhere. We're going to be everywhere.
Everybody, you ain't never there, okay? So let's get into our playbook. So every week we're going to talk about the playbook, the top Philly stories of the week. Of course, our Sixers are number one in the East. Can we clap it up? It feels good to be a Sixers fan right now. We are obviously over the Bucks right now. Their record is 10-6. The Celtics 9-6. The Pacers 9-7, and the Nets, which hello, they got the monster team over there. KD, Kyrie, James. They are in at number 5 with that 10-8 record. Sean, what are you seeing that we're doing that has us at number 1 right now?
You see what Doc Rivers is doing. You see what he's doing. First of all, he's putting everybody in the right place. I love Brett Brown, but he didn't have it. He wasn't able to put the guys in the right place to win. Tobias Harris is playing better than he's ever played before. All right, he's part of the 90-50-40 club. For those who don't know, okay, he's balling. And Joel Embiid, come on, man. MVP. He playing like Moses Malone in his prime right now. He's on his Moses Malone BS, averaging 27 points, 11 boards, playing 31 minutes a game. And most of all, it looks like he laid off those Chick-fil-A milkshakes, okay? It looks like he's fully in shape in the fourth quarter to dominate. No more Chick-fil-A sandwiches, no more of the fattiness.
You know, we've seen an elevation for Joel. I mean, in the past 3 games, I believe he scored over 33 points. So we're really starting to see him dominate, you know, consistently, because he's always been a dominant figure, but he's consistently dominated. And I think it's because Doc Rivers really has those other pieces in place. We have a lot of the younger guys like Tyrese Maxey starting to step up to the plate and contribute really big numbers. You know, Shake Milton is contributing as well. So we're really starting to see kind of like a sharing of the scoring. I even see more ball movement than they have before. I mean, we can definitely see how Doc Rivers is impacting this team. Now, we haven't talked about, since this is the first show, how we feel about Doc. I mean, clearly the proof is in the pudding, but you know, one of the biggest celebrity Sixers fan that I know is Little Dicky. When we were open and we were actually on the court, we could go to Sixers games. Little Dicky was probably the celebrity that I would see the most. Here he is talking about Doc as a coach with my friend Christian Crosby.
Players and coach.
Well, let's start with coach. I mean, leader of men. I just, whenever they cut and I see Doc just like talking, I just get this feeling of like comfort, like, man, are we in good hands? I don't know, there's just something about Doc Rivers where he's such like a legend. You just know that he's like such a good leader. Like even if he wasn't playing basketball, like if I was lost in the woods, like I would want Doc Rivers there to like help guide me out. The team,
if I was lost in the woods, I would want Doc Rivers there with me as well. He has like this patience and calmness. And, you know, as a Philly sports fan, you know, we can get a little crazy. So we'll be like, but Ben ain't scoring. He only got 10. And Doc will come and be like, calm down. Ben is doing exactly what I want him to do. He has the, you know, the defense going, you know, he's doing what he needs to do in order to help other players score. You know, how do you feel about Doc at this point, Sean?
Come on, man. Listen, the man is top 10 all time in wins. Okay, he knows how to get it done. He has a championship when he was with the Boston Celtics. He's been here before. This regular season stuff is normal to him. But first and foremost, we also got to give a shout out to Daryl Morey, because the roster perfectly fits around Joel Embiid.
Yes.
Steph Curry, the shooter, hitting threes. Danny Green could be a little but still can play D, hit threes. Tobias Harris looks like a max contract guy finally. So Doc Rivers, again, it's all about putting those people in the right places at the right time, and he knows how to do that. And listen, Brett Brown used to sort of not know what to do in late game situations. Doc Rivers, when it's late, you know he's going to make the right call, and it's going to end in a win.
Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing from those two, but that's a good point, Sean. They're really starting to build the offense around Joel. And before, I felt like we didn't really know, like, is it going to be Ben? Is it going to be Joel? And now that we're forming the offense around Joel, we're really starting to see the results. Now, let's talk about that. Joel and Ben's chemistry. During the offseason, there were some rumors that they weren't getting along, but it actually seems like now that they're, kind of becoming semi-veterans at this point, they're starting to really understand each other's game. During a post-game conference, Joel had this to say about Ben. Not that the previous years we haven't been on the court very close, but this year has just been different. I can't even explain it. He's just been different. I love playing with him, and I'm sure he loves playing with me too. I don't know how to explain it. It's just been fun having someone like that. So, words of Joel Embiid. Obviously, their chemistry is starting to kick up a little bit. What are you seeing on this front, Sean?
I mean, if we being real, they're not friends. They're work friends, right?
Right.
They don't have the same personality. They're not going to go out and kick it. You know what I mean? They're not going to go out and party together. They're in different scenes. So really, it's just on the court. They're figuring out a way. And a lot of that, again, is to Doc Rivers getting them together, being on the same page and saying, look, this is Joel's and team, but Ben, here's where you can flourish. And Ben hadn't played very well to start the season off, but over the last 2-3 games, he's starting to get it going, and that's going to mean a lot because if those two are on the same page, it's going to be the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right, and they don't need to be friends. Shaq and Kobe weren't friends. They worked fine, well, not all the time, but they made it work.
They won championships.
Right.
You don't need to be besties out here in these streets. Just play ball and look good.
That's right. Keep it professional. So that's the playbook, and right now, here is a message from our sponsors.
We've seen how far this game can go, so we take it and run.
Making moves like nobody.
For everybody.
We don't move within the lines.
We move beyond them. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA.
I would love to drink some Hennessy with Nas.
Okay.
So here's the time on the shot clock. We are right on time. Let's get into high fashion. So this is going to be our segment where we talk about some of the fashion moves going on in the sports world. We want to get right into the inaugural drip. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. I mean, the big star of the inauguration was the Dior ones. Okay. I don't know who was talking. There was a lady talking, and then all of a sudden coming down the steps, I see these beautiful sneakers, and I'm like, wait a minute. Are those Dior ones at the White House? Yes. Who was wearing them? That man right there. His name is Nicholas Ajagu. I'm sorry if I'm saying the last name wrong, but Nick, you are the idol. Everybody, you are goals right now. Okay. He's the husband of Mina Harris. She is the Vice President Kamala's niece. And you see them sneakers right there, boy. They look clean.
Listen, you already know what time it is. Like the day before, it was like middle school all over again. He laid the drip out on the bed,
right.
Put the Jordan Dior ones on the pedestal and said, I'm going to kill him with these right here. They not even going to know what's coming. Who else is rocking Jordans in a professional scene at the inauguration? Only me. Only the drip. Hey, we gonna be us no matter where we go. And he made sure he stayed true to himself. I like it. I love it.
But it wasn't just any pair of ones. It's the Dior ones. I mean, original price is about $2,200. They're literally retailing for like $7,000. Now you're probably wondering, did Kamala give him this money? Where's he getting this money from? No, Nick is an accomplished man. He is the head of marketing partnerships at Facebook. He getting that Facebook money. Okay.
listen here. He said, step y'all game up. Step y'all games up. I don't know about y'all, but I got it like that. Hey, I ain't hating.
Right. All right. So Joel actually was playing in one of his new sneakers, the Embiid ones with Under Armour. Now, we learned about these sneakers last year, but we're starting to see them roll out a couple of more colors. This sneaker has been 2 years in the making. He actually played with the red and blue ones. There we go. These little beauties. Now, in my opinion, these look like Prestos a little bit. Remember the back in the day Prestos, but these are kind of fly. I like the colors. What are you thinking, Sean?
This is complete mid. It's complete mid. Who are we kidding? Like, who's buying those for real? Like, have you? I hooped, and I know before quarantine, but nobody was rocking no Under Armours. Like, I'm sorry, Under Armour just can't make it look fly. Steph Curry at one point was maybe the best player in the world, and nobody was buying his grandpa sneakers. I'm sorry, the Under Armour is mid. It's just I can't really do it. I'm sorry, Joel. I love you, but you might have to switch over to Adidas or Nike or somebody.
Well, he's trying to make his own way. But let me say, there's not a whole lot of big men that have their own sneakers. I mean, I think maybe Shaq was the last one. Didn't you think of any big, names, big guys that have their sneaker line?
You had some bigs. Anthony Davis got a sneaker, I believe, and I think DeMarcus Cousins. But bigs just don't normally have fly sneakers. Like they don't have fly sneakers that sell well, and Under Armour doesn't either. So that combination is going to make it a little tougher for Joel to get it done. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like your sneakers, Joel. You can send me a pair. So let's get into what's trending. Doug Peterson's position has been filled. We were all talking about this. It was trending all week. He is now the Eagles head coach. His name is Nick Sirianni. He's previously the Colts offensive coordinator. I mean, it seemed like a pretty rigorous job interview here. 10 interviews, and nobody saw this guy coming away with the job. Now, Sean, I want you to be nice here. What are you thinking about Nick Sirianni going into this next season?
The word of the day is mid, just like Joel's sneakers. I'm sorry, it's mid. When it comes to football, if you have a head coach in mind, you don't go on 12, 15 different interviews and interview all these different people. You go after your guy, and there's 3 people on your list, and you get one of them. They interview 10, 11, 12 guys. That's a no-go. But I will say this, for his credit, for the Eagles' credit, Doug Peterson was mid too. Everybody was like, At the time, they considered him the worst hire of the year. And then he went on to win a Super Bowl. So Nick Sirianni, he can do something, but it's not something that excites you, and it's something that's really for Carson Wentz.
Oh, you're talking about Andy Reid?
No, I'm talking about Doug Peterson.
Oh, okay.
Doug Peterson was mid when they hired him. Nobody cared.
Right. You're right.
He went on and won a Super Bowl for the Eagles. So it can turn out right, but again, they did this for Carson.
Well,
Frank Wright, who had Carson playing great. They bring in Nick Sirianni because he's under Frank Wright. And hope that they can do everything. And then Nick is just over here hiring every Colts assistant that he can get to bring them over to the Eagles.
Right. And that brings up a good point. There's rumors that Jonathan Gannon has been hired as the defensive coach. He was previously a defensive backs coach with the Colts. So we're literally picking all of the Colts' coaching staff. Yeah. We're just picking them off. He doesn't have much experience either. I mean, to your point, Nick doesn't have a lot of experience play calling, and neither does Jonathan. I mean, we're literally getting a whole new coaching staff. I'm not too excited about that, to be honest.
And they're bringing over the Chargers offensive coordinator. That's what they're saying. That's what the rumor is. They're going to bring over the Chargers offensive coordinator to be the offensive coordinator here. The funny thing is, all their coaches look like the same person at different ages. Go look it up when you're done with the show. It looks like 35, 45, 50. All their coaches look the same but different ages. But again, it's a mid hire. We'll see what happens. Deuce Staley, it's being reported that he might be going to the Detroit Lions. And good for Deuce, because he's been looked over way too much in this organization. So hopefully he can go somewhere and move on up.
Yeah, I don't think we should have got rid of Doug. I brought up Andy Reid before because that's kind of where my brain is right now. Like, I feel like we're going to see the whole Andy Reid situation all over again. We discard a coach that we just don't think is working for us anymore. And then he goes to another organization and makes it work. It's like that girlfriend that you ain't appreciate when you had her. You let her go, and now she on to the next, and she looking good on the gram.
And then right after the breakup, she's posting all these sexy pictures to get back, to get her DMs popping, and you like, oh, wait a minute, you ain't look like that when you was with me.
Right.
So Andy Reid's on the ultimate glow up, and Doug
Right.
Peterson doesn't have a job. Doesn't look like he's going to get a job, but that's because he's waiting. He's going to end up glowing up too. So
I think so too, and I think we're going to regret this move. And we literally did all of this just to keep Carson Wentz happy. And I'm already reading reports that he doesn't feel good about what's happening, and he doesn't feel good in the organization.
Nobody likes Howie Roseman, only Jeffrey Lurie. So that's the problem. If Howie was gone, things would be different. But since he's here, everybody wants to bounce.
Right. All right, let's move on to something else that's trending real quickly. The Super Bowl lineup is set. Buccaneers versus the Chiefs, February 7th at 6 o'clock. It's at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. So this is kind of going to be like a home game for the Bucs, which has never really happened before. Are they going to have home court advantage here?
I mean, not really. The fans ain't going to be there. In Super Bowl, going to be some fans, but Super Bowl is always about corporate stuff. So they'll have a little bit of advantage, but it's 2 weeks, and it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. I call Patrick Mahomes a baby goat. That's the sound I make every time I hear Patrick Mahomes score a touchdown. Okay, Patrick Mahomes is gonna get it done. But we'll talk more about that in later shows because we got a couple weeks. But I got Pat.
Absolutely. Now, we have on Facebook the ability for people to comment. So shout out to Sean Sams who just said LOL at the baby goat comment.
Baby goat.
You can always just drop your little comment. Shout out to our producer Mir and then Weasel, who will be joining us next week. They will definitely post your comment up there. Okay. Quickly, we're running out of time. We're 16:23, but Tom Brady, man. I mean, as much as I just dislike him, you talk about a GOAT. You have to acknowledge the GOAT. First player to reach 10 Super Bowls. Okay. Most Super Bowl starts for a quarterback. Don't do it. If the Bucs win, he's going to be the second quarterback to win a title with two different teams. I mean, this guy keeps getting it done, Sean. You got to give him some credit.
I don't have to do anything. Let's go to commercial because you know what? I'm bitter because I picked against him all year and he still got it done. I can't take it.
Well, who do you have for the Super Bowl? I want the Chiefs to win, obviously. I mean, I'm not an Andy Reid hater. I want him to see him do well, even though we didn't appreciate him while he was here.
I told you it's the baby goat.
Okay, the baby goat.
Patty. It's
all
Patty.
Right. We also got to shout out Jasmine Sullivan, Philly. She's going to be performing at the Super Bowl. There she goes. Okay, Jazzy. She got that new album. It's fire. Her is also going to be performing. Jazz is going to be singing the national anthem. You know she's going to put some seasoning on that national anthem, okay?
You already know.
The Weeknd is going to be doing the halftime show. So, that should be pretty interesting. And now, speaking of commercials, Sean, I mean, you said it. Let's hear another word from our commercial sponsors.
He trained his mind among the Black Bear School of Chess. Speed players, trash talkers.
You want to come inside my house? How about coming to your house?
And through defeat, he learned you could beat every bear in the forest, but the game is never finished.
A grandmaster, though? The man became a you know what you got to do to become a chess grandmaster? Listen. Listen, we got to clap it up for that man right there. He got to be in his 20s and he's a grandmaster. That's amazing. And my baby daddy Nas, you hear the voiceover. All right. Shout out to my baby daddy. All right. Look, so this is Shoot Your Shot. This is our segment where we're going to talk about, all the rumors and the juicy things with the players' love lives. So Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker have never really made it Instagram official. But they're doing a whole lot of flirting on social media. Okay. Now, Kendall posted a picture that is a normal thirst trap for Kendall. And then here come Devin being real extra thirsty with the whoo and the little sweating emoji. They're clearly together.
She clearly got a type too. I mean,
right.
Blake, Ben Simmons, like, come on, man. Like, but hey, listen, go ahead, Dev. As long as you stay on the court, as long as you play well, I ain't got nothing to say.
She giving Lori Harvey a run for her money. Listen.
Hey. Don't question the Queen Lori. Hey, don't nobody give Lori a run for nothing.
By the way, did you see Trey Songz getting into a fight at the Chiefs game?
No, I didn't.
Did you? Yeah, there was a situation with the cop. With a cop, he put the cop in a headlock, and they arrested him. Like, it was crazy at the Chiefs game.
See, I didn't even see that on social media. Come on, Trey. You're not a Kansas City dude. You from Virginia.
He was there, though. He was there. All right. So to wrap things up, let's talk about the plays this week. Let's see who the Sixers are taking on. We are going up against Detroit again tonight.
Easy win.
Joel's listed as questionable, though, but he was listed as questionable over the weekend, and he still played.
It's a W.
And then I really can't wait till Wednesday's game against the Lakers. Now, they're number one in the West. We're number one in the East. So this is a showdown of the number ones over here.
It's a loss.
Of course.
I'm going to go down and tell you wins and losses. It's a loss. Sorry.
Sixers at Timberwolves. What we looking like, Sean?
Easy win. Timberwolves is terrible. Easy win.
And Sunday, Sixers at Pacers. What we looking like?
That's the questionable one. I'll give it a win, but I might be wrong on this one.
The Pacers are good, man. So definitely an amazing week. So we are right on time. 20 minutes. Look at us. First show. Shout out to all the Sixers fans. Even though we cannot be on the court yet, we are cheering them on in spirit. Shout out to Bernie, who's been trending all over the world. Bernie's a Sixers fan. You see him there in the background.
Oh man, these Bernie memes is killing me right now.
Come through, Bernie. Come through. Thank you so much, Sean Bell, for joining us.
Where my mittens at?
Right. We about to put you there in the background. Sean, thank you so much for joining us. Where can they find you?
Sean Bell Live on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, and we'll be back Monday at 12 o'clock. We're going to be streaming on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, okay? Thank you to Amir, our producer, Wiso, our producer. I'm Mina SayWhat. We'll talk to you next Monday here on the Shot Clock. Peace.